What up everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the Columbia MFA program while taking us for a lovely stroll through Central Park. Here we are on Central Park West, and that is the Natural History Museum there. So 77th and 79th is where it is in between. Oh my god. A little nut just fell on me. This is one of my favorite places to enter the park. It's very beautiful. Here to the left of me, we have the beautiful American Museum of Natural History. Pigeons. Hello, pigeons. Okay, so the first thing you need to know, hopefully if you've already got to this point where you're debating the Columbia MFA program, you have interrogated what is an MFA. An MFA is a Master's in Fine Arts degree where you will spend traditionally 2 years of your life focusing in on some sort of creative project. If you've made it to this video by now, you are at least thinking about a Master's in Fine Arts. Maybe you know your concentration, maybe you don't, but what does Columbia have? So Columbia, in the writing program, we have fiction, nonfiction, and poetry. And then the School of the Arts also offers theater, visual arts, and the film program. The film program is comprised of screenwriting, producing, and directing. By your second year, you select what you want to do. Like, you have to either choose screenwriting and directing, or else you choose producing. But I am here to talk about the writing program as someone who graduated from... oh my god, there's a bug on me. As someone who graduated from the program. So it's a 2-year, 60-credit program, which is a little bit different from other programs. Most other creative writing MFA programs typically have about anywhere from 30 to 48 credit. This program is very different because it has 60. It literally has about double than what other programs do. And what's really great about this is that they have these classes called master classes, seminars, and they also have lectures. So all of these classes are meant to add to the breadth and diversity of what you're learning and to inform essentially what you're writing. In terms of what the actual structure looks like of the 2-year program, so each semester you are going to take a 6-credit workshop. Each semester you have one of these workshops where that's when you will bring forth your own writing and your classmates and professors will comment, critique. Typically a workshop, you can workshop anywhere from 3 to 6 times your own writing, and that's going to be new submissions each time. I think some of them will allow you to bring in revisions for one of your later submissions, and then the idea is that, so in order to complete like the full 60 credits that you would need, so you have that 6.1, and you typically want to have about 15 credits per semester. Like if you did 15 each semester for both of the years, then you would fulfill all of the requirements that you need. The other classes that you can take, oh my gosh, wait, how beautiful is this? Pause. So this is this cute little bridge. Just walking through. Hello, just New York things. But yeah, so your other credits that you will be taking are going to be filled with seminars, lectures, and master classes. So what's unique about the Columbia program is all of these additional courses are created by writers for writers. So what does that mean? So that means they're going to be approaching all the subject matter from a practitioner's level. So as a writer, as someone who's doing it, versus as a scholar or as a theorist, which you would typically see in more of an academic degree, like an MA in English, let's say. So this area that we're walking through right now in Central Park is called the Ramble. preamble, this is one of my favorite parts of Central Park, if not my favorite part, period. What's also really great about the Columbia MFA program is it's obviously in New York City, so you get to go to Central Park and explore. You get to be fully immersed in the literary scene here. And in terms of the program, so the actual faculty members are literary stars, people who have won Pulitzer Prizes, who work for the Paris Review, the New Yorker, all of these top professionals in their field. Those are going to be your mentors. Those are going to be the people who are giving you feedback on your writing, which is incredibly invaluable. People like Margot Jefferson, Hilton Als, Liz Harris, Brenda Wineapple, Leslie Jameson. These are some of the names that you'll be able to work with. In addition to that, it's October 2nd today, and it's about 26 degrees Celsius. Absolutely stunning. In addition to your star award-winning faculty, they also host panels, discussions, craft talk with different authors, agents, editors, a bunch of people who exist within the world of publishing. They host these that you can attend, you can go to, you can ask these writers questions, but it's good for networking. And agents will come in and they'll talk about how to query an agent, they'll talk about how to land an agent. Editors will come in and talk about editing processes. Oh wait, hold up, I'll show you this. I've done this walk so many times. It is such a nice reprieve from the city. What do you do after your MFA when it's all completed? A lot of the Columbia MFA alum go on to work for the New Yorker, Paris Review, the Atlantic. So while you're in the program, there's also going to be different opportunities to be research assistants to some of the award-winning faculty, which are going to be people like William Finnegan, Tim Weiner or Weiner, I don't know. don't come for me. And Brenda Wineapple. These are, or Hilton Als was looking for one as well when I was in the program. So these are also opportunities that are incredibly unique to New York, to the Columbia MFA, that you really can't get anywhere else. Like I said, it's all about the network and tapping into essentially the literary scene here in New York City. In addition to all of your seminars, lectures, master classes, etc., you can also do independent studies. So you can pitch a project. Let's say you want to do your own independent research for your novel, for your book, for poetry, for whatever you want. You can pitch that and then get a faculty member to essentially supervise you, create your own sort of curriculum, and you can submit that, and you're allowed to do up to 6 credit as part of an independent research study. Speaking of research, nonfiction students, we also have to complete one course that is research heavy. So there's different courses that are offered each semester. I know Brenda Wineapple offers one. When I was in the program, I took a profile writing class with Liz Harris, so that was the one that I opted to go for, which was so much fun. I wrote a profile on Kinsale and I actually got it published with HuffPost. Not only did I get it published, but I also made a friend. Kinsale and I keep in touch to this day. If you don't know her, you should. She is the founder of the Indian Girls Book Club, Yale graduate, all-star poet. She won like the Poetry Foundation Award, etc., and then she will be publishing her first poetry book as well, so stay tuned for that. Little plug here for Kinsale. We'll continue on our walk here now that I had a nice little pit stop there. You're also allowed to take classes that are outside of the writing program, but you will not get credit for it. That doesn't mean it's not invaluable and doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it, because you absolutely should. There are so many different classes that you can take. You can take illustration classes, you can take language classes. I know for myself personally, I was deeply interested in screenwriting, and in your second year of study, they have an option to take TV pilot writing. And if you can, you should 100% take this course. It was my favorite class I ever took in the program. And the professor that I had was Matthew Fennell, who is 10 out of 10. He's a hard ass. We called it TV writing boot camp, but I have never learned so much as when I did in his class. I wrote a TV pilot that I'm super happy with. He pushes you, it's intensive. By the end, you literally have all of the tools and the resources that you need. And not only that, but if you can take a class with him, he's incredibly generous with his time and truly goes above and beyond to support his students in any way that he can. Okay, let's pause. Oh look, you can see all the turtles bathing. They're sunbathing, but now the shade has come among them. Do you see them? One time I saw like 20 turtles bathing on a rock here. Pretty iconic. Look at that one, has his little neck stretched up. So cute. So cutie. Little cutie turtles. Oh, that guy's really giving her. Shout out Dad for pulling through for his two little ones right there. So when you get into your second year, you'll be able to apply for the TV writing class. You have to apply. Not everyone is guaranteed to get in, but do your best because it was my favorite class I ever took. Okay, we're gonna walk this way. As I go. Okay, boom. So because I took the TV pilot writing class in my second year, I then went on to do one of those courses that was separate from the writing program, which was TV revision, which technically isn't really allowed, but I built up a strong rapport with my professor that I kind of just finessed my way in there, where we did revisions on our TV pilot, which was, honestly, I feel like there should be more crossover allowed especially between writing and screenwriting, because those two, like, it's writing, and I feel like they should open that up. I think there's discussions of them opening that up, but we'll have to wait and see if it actually goes down. But I know they are trying to make room for more collaboration, especially between the writing students and the film students. The TV revision, I didn't get credits for, but it didn't matter to me because I'm very interested in screenwriting and continuing on with that, so it made sense for me to do that. And then you have to just make sure you're getting your credit requirements elsewhere. And that brings me to, last but not least, thesis requirements. So thesis, if you're in nonfiction, you can submit your thesis by March 1st of your second year of study. So for nonfiction students, your thesis workshop is 9 credits. Oh, that was a dog. I thought it was a bug. It was just a dog. A dog just licked the back of my leg, but I thought it was a bug, and so I swatted it away as if it was a mosquito. I feel really bad now. So nonfiction students, you're gonna do your thesis semester, first semester, second year, and then because of that, you're able to submit your thesis by March 1st of the second semester. Fiction students, it's different because they do their thesis semester in the second semester, and I don't remember what it is for poetry. I feel like poetry students were also allowed to submit early, but I'm not sure, so I'll have to double check on that one to see what it is for the poetry students. In terms of word requirements, so what you're gonna need for nonfiction or fiction, so for prose period, anywhere from 22,500 up to 50,000 words is what you're gonna need for your thesis. For poetry, you are allowed to submit up to 35 pages of your poetry for your thesis. Wait, let's check out. You guys can hear the music. So this is the Bethesda fountain. Probably butchering the fuck out of that. That's the dog that licked my leg. Once you submit your thesis, you're gonna rank your preferences for who you want your readers to be. There's normally a selection of about 8 or so, and then they're gonna pair you with 2 who will read it for you, and then you can choose to have conferences with them or not. I would suggest taking those conferences because any moment that you can talk to these professors about your writing is what you want to do. So the last thing I'll say before we jump on to admission requirements is that certain internships can be counted toward credit as long as there is a large amount of literary engagement. But you will have to get approval from the chair, but that is an option if you get an internship. So this brings me to the last component of the Columbia MFA Need to Knows. Obviously, if you've made it through this video, you're thinking, oh shit, maybe now I want to apply because I want to A, be in New York, and B, go to Columbia. And I would say, incredible. Let me tell you how to do that. So, as part of your application requirements, hold on. What you're gonna need is 3 things, my friends. The first thing that you're gonna need is, so you need to write a 1,000 word essay about a book that came out in the last 10 years in the genre to which you're applying. So if you're applying to nonfiction, you have to write this about a book that came out within the last 10 years. That's nonfiction, so it could be memoir, I don't know, it could be a book about trees, or whatever it is, whatever you want to write on. And then the second thing that we are gonna need, my friends, is the personal statement. I arguably think is one of the most important things that you're gonna need. It can be 2 pages, double spaced, and that's your opportunity to talk about yourself. I already made a video all about that personal statement. I will link it down below. The third and final thing that you're gonna need is a sample of your written work, my friends. Shocker that this is what you're gonna need to apply. For my nonfiction peoples out there, you can submit. So, back to what I was saying. So the nonfiction people, you will submit up to 30 pages of your written samples, bodies of work. This can be one large excerpt or it can be a combination of a few things that you've written. Fiction, what do you need? Same thing, but only up to 25 pages. Poetry, what do you need? No more than 10 pages of your submission sample work. Now, keep in mind, these are being evaluated based on literary skill. All 3 of these things combined want to tell a full story about who you are, what you write about, what you're going to bring to the program, and what you can get and extract from the program. Be cohesive. You're a writer, so you're a storyteller, so tell a story with all of your submissions. And that is that, my friends. All of the must-knows about the Columbia MFA program. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you have enjoyed this lovely stroll through Central Park while learning a little bit. And I will make a separate video all about financials because let's be real, she expensive and it's tough. Is it worth it for everyone? Maybe not. Was it worth it for me? 100%. that's it. That's all. Hopefully this answered a lot of the questions. I'm here to help. Love you all. Thanks for tuning in. Probably just watch the rest of my park stroll here. Friends, and this is where I leave you. Signing off. Hope you enjoyed this. Until next time.